talking to?
Oh, I'm talking to Terry Typewriter.
Of course you are.
And it drives me mad, Mr. Kelly. It was here yesterday.
What was here yesterday?
Gee, I'm sure it was over here, and now suddenly it's over here in the middle. And it drives me mad.
What, you think the keys migrate around the keyboard when you're not looking?
Well, they must. Either that or someone comes in and shifts them around.
I don't want to do that.
Oh, yes, of course you could. You can just take off these little letters very easily and move them around. I'm thinking of doing it one of these days when I've got the time.
Why?
Well, because I want things properly organised. You know, I want them to read A, B, C, D, F, G, you know, in proper order. I am sick of this German arrangement.
Betty, do you realise that if you move those keys around and put them in alphabetical order, that the daisy wheel will still type exactly the same way?
What?
Yes. Although nobody'd ever notice. I mean, last week you sent a letter to the council and they had to get in an interpreter because they thought it was in Polish.
Did he read it?
No, he couldn't. He thought it was in Ukrainian.
Oh, that's silly. I don't do Ukrainian. Well, anyway, I'll just finish this before lunch. G. And here. I can type much faster now that I'm not using two fingers. There. Finished.
The letter?
No.
The paragraph?
The word. And now it's time for lunch.
Gee, after typing a whole word, you must be ready to have a rest for an hour. Would you like a little lie down and a cup of tea?
Oh, that's very kind of you, Mr. Kelly, but, no, I've got to meet Helga for lunch.
Helga?
Yeah. And her fiancés.
How many has she got this week?
Still only the two.
She's slowing down.
Yeah, well, she wants me to keep the other one chatting.
Which other one?
The one she's not talking to at the time. What are you doing, Mr. Kelly?
Well, I'm going to enjoy one of the pleasures of working from home.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I've got some nice, fresh, crusty bread and some nice, fresh leg ham, which I've hidden under the egg carton so the kids can't find it. It's my own private ham. So I'm going to make a nice, fresh sandwich and a cup of tea and sit down and read my book without any interruptions.
Well, maybe I could stay.
No. You go and have Helga's happy hour.
Oh, okay.
Oh, don't answer it. It's lunchtime.
But it might be important.
Oh, very well. In that case... Hello, this is Martin Kelly. I'm sorry that the phone is unattended at the moment, but if you'd like to leave a message, I'll get back to you as soon as possible after the bip. Oh, it makes me so angry.
What happened?
Well, they hung up. They didn't leave a message. Now it's going to drive me crazy all day trying to figure out who the hell it was. I'll bet it was one of Debbie's friends.
Why?
Because women cannot cope with technology. They never leave messages on answer phones, but I'm going to forget it and enjoy my lunch.
Okay, see you at 2 then.
See you then. Because my mouth is ready for a fresh ham and crusty bread sandwich. Oh, what are you doing here?
Just having lunch, Mr. Kelly.
We made sandwiches.
What of?
No, Mr. Kelly, it should be of what? You can never end a sentence with a preposition.
Don't you start telling me how to talk proper. What is on that sandwich?
Ham.
Ham?
Yeah, there's an old piece that was lost under the egg carton.
Oh, who found it?
I did.
Well, it wasn't lost. It was mine, and I hid it.
Well, you didn't do a very good job on it.
I'll do a good job on you in a minute. All right, go on. Take my ham, take my crusty bread. It's all right. I'll manage on dry crackers and old cheese.
Okay.
Typical. Eat you out of house and home. Oh, well, there goes lunch. I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Deb.
Oh, did Tiff ring? She said she would.
Aha, so it was her.
Oh, so she did ring then. What did she say?
I don't know. Listen, will you tell your friends to leave messages on answer phones?
We don't have an answer phone.
No. Well.
Dad, you were pretending to be an answering machine again, weren't you?
Well.
Oh, honestly, Dad, you're such a big kid at times.
Well, she didn't know it wasn't a real answer machine.
Of course she did. All the kids do.
Do they? How?
Because real answering machines don't wait until you've left a message and then say goodbye.
Oh. Well, I thought it was a nice friendly touch.
Well, see you later, Mr. Kelly. Thanks for the ham.
Just a minute. Have you finished already?
Yeah?
What do you do? Inhale it or something? What are you doing here anyway? I thought you were working at the bank.
Yeah, it's just down at the shops. It's good, isn't it?
What is?
Well, now I can pop in and have lunch with you every day. Get some more of that ham in for tomorrow, will you?
Here you go, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, thanks, Betty. Oh, I forgot to ask. How was Helga?
Oh, she's fine. She said to say, hello, Mr. Kelly.
What'd she say it like that for?
Because she was jogging.
Oh, but I thought you were having lunch with her and her fiancés.
Oh, I had lunch, and they had a jog. I sat in the park bench and watched them come round.
So you had no one to talk to?
Oh, yeah, she only jogs with them one at a time. So I sat with the one she wasn't jogging with and chatted while I ate my liverwurst surprise.
What's a liverwurst surprise?
Well, a sandwich shop does them. It's a big, thick roll with a big slab of liverwurst in it.
What's the surprise?
The surprise is I ate it. I hate liverwurst.
Listen, Betty, are you paying these now?
Yeah.
But they're not due till next month.
Yeah, well...
Well, what?
Well, I always say it's better to pay them now and then you don't forget about them later.
Yeah, well, I always say it's better to hold on to the money now and remember to pay them later.
Oh, what's the difference?
Well, it helps our cash flow.
You're always going on about that. What is cash flow and where does it flow to?
Well, cash flow is a magic phrase of the 80s.
Why?
Because nobody knows what it is. I think they use it as an excuse whenever they don't want to pay their bills. It's closely related to Paul Keating's J-curve.
Well, what's the treasurer's underwear got to do with it?
The treasurer's underwear?
Yeah, his J-curve. Isn't that like his wife owns?
Not exactly. Hang on. You going to pay this now?
Well, I was going to, but I won't now.
But you have to pay it now. It's due now. It's the phone bill.
No, Mr. Kelly. It's all right. I read in the paper. They got lots of money.
So what?
Well, when they need some of ours, they can give us a ring.
You're not going to do that.
Well, why not? They got all those phones out there. I mean, it's not too much to ask, is it?
Because they don't operate that way. For Pete's sake, woman, look, the due date is today. You better pay it or they'll cut us off.
All right, then I'll just pop down to the post office and pay it.
Well, you better get a move on.
Oh, all right. Don't you need your J fronts in a jangle?
Where the hell is... Jenny, have you seen my fine line pen?
Here you are, Dad.
Oh, thank you very much. Listen, how many times have I told you not to go to the office and take my things?
Well, I was going to bring it back.
When?
Just now, and you called me to.
You mean I caught you?
That too.
Yeah, well, don't do it again. I need this for my fine detailed drawing. Oh, Jenny, what have you done with it?
It's just using it.
Oh, look at the tip. It's all splayed out like Groucho Marx's moustache. What have you been doing with it?
Colouring in.
What were you colouring in, a brick?
No, Barbie, see?
What did you do that to Barbie for?
Because I was sick of her the way she was. I wanted a Motown Barbie.
Yeah, well, she does look a bit like Diana Ross.
She's not supposed to.
Well, who's she supposed to look like?
Michael Jackson. She'd look better when I cut off her nose.
Yeah, well, don't use my Stanley knife.
Okay.
Jenny, can you smell something funny in here?
No?
Smells like something's died in here. Oh, here it is. Oh, who on earth does this belong to?
Oh, beauty, you found my bag, have you, Mr. Kelly?
No, is that yours?
Yeah.
Well, why is it here?
I left it behind at lunchtime, Mr. Kelly.
It's only his gym bag, Dad.
Don't open it, you'll blow the roof off.
Just checking everything's here, Mr. Kelly.
Hurry up, mate. We'll be late for practice.
What practice?
Basketball practice. It's our first match tomorrow. Aren't you coming?
Is that going?
Yeah.
Then I'm staying.
Gina's coming, Mr. Kelly.
Gina, the love of your life.
Well, officially, we're just good friends. She's bringing her parents as well. Her father said if I score a goal, he'll shout me a pizza.
Oh, well, good luck, Nudge. But don't you think it'd be a good idea to wash your basketball gear occasionally?
Well, what's the sense in that? It'll only get all sweaty again. We're conserving natural resources.
Don't worry, Dad. He's really good. He washes it once a month. Whether it needs it or not. Come on, Gina.
Oi, where are you going?
I'm the team cheerleader. I've got a practice too.
A cheerleader in karate gear?
Yeah, if people don't cheer, I'm going to kick them in the ankle.
Oh, interesting technique. Don't be late for dinner.
Okay.
I didn't mean you... Oh, forget it.
Hey, Dad, have you been playing silly tricks with the phone again?
Hello, Deborah. How nice to see you. Did you have a nice day? I had a nice day. How polite of you to ask.
Oh, come on, Dad. I've been trying to ring from Tiz for the last half hour. Why wouldn't you answer the phone?
Hasn't been ringing.
It was from my end.
Why didn't you answer it at your end?
Seriously, Dad, there must be something wrong with it.
Well, let's take a look. Betty, did you happen to...
Mr. Kelly, your daughter Deborah is here to see you.
Thank you, Betty.
May I come on through?
You may come on through.
Oh, I'm supposed to say that.
Check and see if there's a dial tone, Dad.
What's the matter?
Oh, the phone's not working.
Maybe the fault is in the answering machine.
Ha ha, I laugh. There's no dial tone. Is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Well, why isn't it working? Come on, go at me.
Oh, Dad, don't do that. You'll break it.
Deborah, it's already broken. Look, go and check the walk-around phone.
Okay.
Amazing, isn't it? Thousands of dollars worth of technology and it won't tick.
This one's dead too.
Oh, see, I told you we shouldn't have paid that bill.
Betty, you did pay the telephone bill, didn't you?
Here, look, here's the receipt from the post office.
Well, why isn't it working?
Well, there's no point in getting angry, Mr. Kelly. Just ring Telecom and ask them to send round and repair them.
Right. No, Betty, you phone them.
Very well.
The phone's not working.
Oh, did you get onto Telecom, Dad?
Yeah, I called them from next door.
Well, what did they say? Why did our phone go deaf?
Well, I spoke to the accounts department and they had no record of us paying the bill, so they requested the service department to cut us off.
But didn't you give them the receipt number?
Yes, and they apologised and said that they requested the service department to reconnect us.
Terrific.
First thing in the morning.
Oh, why first thing in the morning? Why not now?
Because the service department knocked off at 4 o'clock, right after they cut off our phone.
You mean we're stuck without a phone for the whole night?
Yeah, but don't worry, if the boys want to get in touch with you, they can always send a homing pigeon.
Boys, what boys?
I don't know, the myriad of boys I assume you go out with when you disappear through that door in the evening.
Ah, that'll be the day.
Well, I say it stinks. It's not fair and it stinks.
Yeah, stinks.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Not bad. You got to be kidding. I mean, after all, we were the ones who started the team in the first place.
Excuse me, Simon.
Yes, Dad?
I'm trying to watch the news.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad, but this is serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Nudge has been dropped from the basketball team.
Yeah.
Really? They haven't mentioned it so far.
Dad, this isn't a laughing matter.
Oh, all right. Who dropped Nudge from the team?
Pete and all the other members, they voted on it.
Well, look, I'm sorry, Nudge, but it's not exactly the end of the world.
But Gina and her parents were coming specially to see Nudge play.
Yeah, think of the letdown. I mean, think of the embarrassment.
Think of the pizza.
Well, I'm glad to see you've still got your priorities right.
Look, I'm a reserve anyway, you never know. I might get lucky.
How do you mean?
Or someone might break their leg or something.
That'd be lucky.
And if I'm really lucky, it might be Pete.
Hi, Dad. When's dinner?
All 40 minutes?
Okay.
Oh, Deb, hang on. You got a minute?
Yeah, what's up, Dad?
Well, I'm not sure. Listen, did I put my foot in it before?
When before?
Well, this afternoon when I mentioned the boys. Is something wrong?
Oh, I don't know. Why is it that I can never meet a boy that I really like?
But you know lots of boys.
Yeah, but no one's special. I mean, Tiv's got a regular boyfriend, Donna's got a regular boyfriend, even Gina's got Nudge.
Well, you can't get more regular than that.
Yeah, I know, but I never seem to meet anyone that I like.
Oh, there's plenty of time for that. You're not exactly an old maid, you know.
Maybe I'm ugly. Oh, thanks.
Deborah, you are not ugly, believe me. I'm an architect. I know ugly. That pink house down the road, that is ugly.
Still, they say looks unimportant.
Yeah, they do say that. And they lie. But believe me, looks are not your problem.
Well, what is my problem?
Well, what's wrong with the boys you meet?
They're all into surfing in summer and football in winter, and all they want a girl to do is sit on the beach or the sideline and watch them showing off.
Well, what do Donna and Tiff and the other girls do?
They sit on the beach or the sideline and watch them showing off. In Gina's case, she sits in the Pizza Hut watching Nudge eat.
Well, do you want to do that?
No, I don't want to be some boy's accessory. I mean, I just get angry because I never want to talk about things that I like. Sometimes I think I'll never meet a boy I really like.
Oh, of course you will. But, you know, you're setting yourself pretty high standards. People like that don't come along every 5 minutes. And if you don't want to change...
Do you think I should change?
Oh, no. I wouldn't swap you for quids. You'll find someone. You just have to be patient, that's all.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi.
What's up with her?
Oh, she's a little bit depressed because she can't find a boyfriend she really likes, poor kid.
Well, you know, Dad, that's not such a terrible thing from our point of view.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah, you probably don't know this, Dad, but most of the teenage boys are animals.
No.
Yeah, they've only got one thing on their mind.
You don't tell me.
You better believe it.
Yeah, and what is this one thing?
Well... well, you know...
Tell me, Simon, where did you learn all this?
Nudge told me.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not good enough. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, is the phone back on?
Now, my dear sir or madam or to whom it may concern.
Billy, who are you talking to?
Now, look, Mr. Kelly is an important architect. He's an important architect. He draws buildings. And we need the 4 times.
Betty, who is that?
It's telecom.
Oh.
Now, I must warn you that if this sort of thing happens again, we'll be forced to take our business elsewhere. Well, what do you mean you'll cut me off? You wouldn't dare. Oh, I dare you. I double dare you.
No, Betty, no, don't double dare him. No, give me that. Hello, yes, no, I take back the double dare. Please don't cut me off. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yes, you've been talking to our deranged aunt. Yes, we usually keep her in an upstairs room, but she seems to have chewed through the ropes. No. Oh, I hope she didn't bother you. No? Okay, fine. All right. No, you're not going to cut us off? Fine. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Whoa, you certainly mucked that one up, didn't you?
Don't you realise how powerful they are?
Oh, rubbish. If they don't toe the line, we'll just take our business elsewhere.
There is no elsewhere, you great mumble mind.
Don't be silly. Look, you can buy phones anywhere now. We'll just get one from Dick Smith, and you never know. He might give us a ring from his helicopter and say thanks.
You're mad.
No, well, I mean, he'd know the number if it's his phone. And he'd never cut us off, I can tell you that.
Betty, Dick Smith cannot do what Telecom does.
Dick Smith can do anything?
Dick Smith cannot connect our phone.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. Because Telecom owns all the poles and they won't let him hang his wires on them. Look, Betty, please, you must promise me that you will never, ever antagonise Telecom again.
I promise.
Fine.
And it must have been really awful not having the phone on last night.
No, actually, it was quite peaceful. I never realised how much the phone rang in this house, and then you go and answer it, and it's always for Debbie.
Oh, boys.
No, girls, usually. Hello, Mr. Kelly. It's Tiffany here. It's Debbie here. Or, it's Lorelei here. Or, it's Linda here. Or, it's Take Your Pick here. I mean, it's always girls.
Oh, that's funny. I would have thought it'd be boys on the phone.
Yeah, well, I would have thought the same thing. Actually, Deborah's having trouble getting a boyfriend.
But she's so bright and witty and attractive.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe she's too attractive.
How can you be too attractive?
Well, maybe it scares them off, you know? I remember when I was a teenager, this really stunning girl lived down the street, Valerie Tyson. I found out years later she never went out with anyone.
Why not?
No one ever asked. I mean, she was so gorgeous, we always assumed that she was going out with some really terrific guy. No one ever asked her.
Oh, so that's what it was. I always wondered.
You knew Valerie Tyson?
No, not her, me. I always wondered why no one ever asked me out more. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Jenny, what are you doing?
Practicing my karate. Hands of steel.
What? Will you keep your hands of steel off my chair of leather?
When do you think I'll have to register them?
What?
My hands. They're lethal weapons. My instructor said the police registered his hands.
No, dear. Not his hands. Knowing your instructor, it was probably his fingerprints.
Well, when will we have to do mine?
Oh, we won't bother about it yet. We'll do it when you can shatter large pieces of wood.
I can do pencils.
So it was you! I've been looking for a complete pencil all day. They're all in pieces. I thought I had white hands, so I was going to get them sprayed. Just keep your hands off my things, all right? And no more karate chops.
Yeah, Dad.
Jenny, what did I just tell you?
That wasn't a chop, it was a kick.
Well, no more kicks in here either. Simon,
Yes, Dad?
take your sister outside and let her kick you.
Okay, come on, Jen.
Hey, Nat, do you want to see my hands of steel?
Yeah, you can hit him on my head of wood.
Let's see your best shot.
What's going on out there?
Sorry, Simon. Guess I didn't realise my own strength.
Jenny, what have you done?
It wasn't her fault, I just wasn't ready. Oh!
Sorry, Simon.
It's okay, kiddo. Oh, I can't stand. Oh!
Listen, how are you going to play basketball tonight?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Well, hang on, where's the phone?
Well, no, I can't walk, but I don't need an ambulance.
I'm not ringing the ambulance, I'm ringing Gina. This means I'm back on the team.
Nudge,
Yeah, Mr. Kelly?
take that bag outside. I'll cover it with dirt later.
Okay.
So, how did it go?
You should have been there. The other team were winning, and in the final second, Nudge comes in and scores a penalty goal.
Yeah? The winning goal?
The only goal. We lost 117 to 1.
But it was my one.
So, we celebrating?
No, I've got to go, Mr. Kelly.
What's the rush? Got a girl waiting for you?
Even better, got a pizza waiting for me.
Take the bag.
Okay.
All right, miss. Off you go and brush your teeth.
Okay, Dad.
So, what's on TV?
Just a minute. What happened to the injured ankle?
Ah. Yeah, well,
Yeah, it got better very quickly, didn't it?
I'm a quick healer?
Oh, nobody heals that quickly.
Oh, it must have been a miracle.
Yeah, well, we won't call the Vatican just yet. You faked it, didn't you, so Nudge could play?
Dad... Would I do that?
I hope so.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Oh, what kept you?
Oh, I was just talking to Greg.
Greg? Who's Greg?
I met him tonight. He's the coach of the other team.
Oh, what's he like?
Oh, he's tall, good-looking, witty, intelligent. He loves art. He's everything I talked about yesterday.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah, there's just one thing.
Yeah?
How come I can't stand him?
The show is recorded in front of a live audience. Hey Dad is a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network. Eureka! I've done it. After 5 years of cooking breakfast, I have finally achieved the impossible. I've got everything ready at once. Bacon, eggs, toast, coffee, all reaching the point of perfection at the same moment. All hot and delicious and all ready to be eaten. The pinnacle of the breakfast cooker's art. Mwah! Why is there nobody here to eat it?
Good morning, Dad.
What is this?
What's what?
Well, I mean, couldn't you at least put on a T-shirt?
Is breakfast ready?
Yes, but you're not. Much, isn't it?
Dad, it's only breakfast. It's not a formal dinner.
Well, what if somebody drops in and you're sitting there like Tarzan in his pajamas?
Who's going to drop in?
Oh, I don't know. The Queen?
You're joking.
Well, it's not likely, I'll grant you, but it's our bicentennial year and anything can happen.
Dad, have you been taking silly pills again?
No, but that guy dropped in on her at the palace one night, didn't he?
And guess what she was wearing? Her royal jammies. Gotcha. Now, can I have some breakfast?
Yes, here you go.
Oh, the toast's cold.
Well, of course it's cold because you made me go on about your jammies. Here, have this bit.
Oh, you dropped it.
I didn't drop it. It's officially your toast. You dropped it. Oh, now look at that. I mean, how can that happen?
What?
Well, I mean, a cat always lands on its feet and a toast always lands on its butt. I mean, look, it's all hairy. And that's another thing. How can I drop toast on lino and have it come up all hairy? Look.
Oh, Dad, take it away. I'll have the cold one.
Morning.
Do you realise between you, you're nearly fully dressed?
I'm not talking to you.
It's your fault. I warned you.
Well, you shouldn't have done it, Dad. I was embarrassed.
What did you do?
I was only talking to Tiff on the phone.
For 40 minutes.
We had a lot to discuss.
Oh, yes, well, you're discussing things like, oh, now, what colour dress should I wear so it wouldn't clash with the colour dress she's wearing? And what about her hair? We're going to have her hair up?
Dad, you were listening.
Well, a bit. I was trying to get a word in.
You did all right.
What did he say?
He said, this phone call has continued for longer than 15 minutes. Goodbye.
Then he hung up.
Well, I've told you, 15 minutes is your limit.
Well, nobody else's father does that. I had to ring Tiff back and apologise.
You rang her back? How long were you speaking?
15 minutes?
Good.
3 times?
3 times?
Well, we had a lot more than 15 minutes worth of talk, so I had to keep hanging up and ringing you back again.
Terrific. Eat your breakfast.
Hey, don't touch the toast, it's hairy.
Dad, can I have some fresh toast?
Don't blame me, Simon dropped it. Now, I suppose you expect me to waste this now. Do you realise there are thousands of people starving in Asia? Right.
Well, stick a stamp on and mail it to them.
What's for breakfast?
Cold bacon, congealed eggs.
Excellent. I like them best that way.
Here, have some toast.
Dad, it's all hairy.
Eat it, it's good for you. It's high-fibre butter.
You're not eating any hairy toast.
Eat it. It'll put hair on your tongue.
Morning, Mr. Kelly. Morning, everyone.
Ah, nudge.
Have an apple?
No? Have some toast.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Kelly. I'd rather have a tie, but...
He's eating ties now?
Oh, I need a tie for my job at the bank. We tellers like to look our best. People trust us that way.
They do?
Of course they do, Debbie. It's a well-known fact that a man looks trustworthy in a tie. Yeah, can I borrow one, mate?
Sure, there's one at the end of my bed.
I'll get it.
Whoa, hang on. What about your breakfast?
Oh, wait, Dad, it's not cold enough yet.
Anyway, Nudge, have you got a tie of your own?
Yeah, but the manager said it wasn't trustworthy enough.
What's wrong with it?
Well, every time I swallow, the hula dancer goes up and down. Well, you should have seen her go last week when I had the hiccup.
The mind boggles. Anyway, how's the job going?
Well, I'm enjoying it, Mr. Kelly. It's a bit like Monopoly, only you don't have little boots and battleships to move around.
Yes, but at least it's a job, isn't it, Simon? Hello, he's got occupational deafness again.
Occupational deafness? What's that?
You talk to him about getting an occupation and he goes deaf.
Dad, don't go on. I'll get a job.
When?
Dad, I just don't want any job.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're probably waiting for Alan Bond to ring you with a big offer, eh?
Well, he probably did, but Deb was on the phone.
Leave me out of this.
Here, look, Simon, look for a job and go and get it. And don't start looking under managing directors wanted.
Here's the tie, Nudge.
Oh, thanks, Jen. Oh, I like to look my best. I'll save it for later.
Oh, look at this lady, Dad. The print's too small to read this early in the morning.
Oh, well, maybe if you had 1 or 2 early nights, you might be able to.
Yes, Dad.
Yeah, you're right, you know, Mr. Kelly. Late nights do seem to affect your body.
Yeah, see, even Nudge agrees.
Yeah, I was up late last night.
So?
So this morning, my tongue feels all hairy.
Now, you go in there, and you go in there, and you go in there too.
Betty, what are you doing? Who's going in where and why?
I'm reorganising, Mr. Kelly. The efficiency in this office is just deplorable.
Yes, I noticed a bit of that.
Yeah, well, I'm making everything more efficient.
Oh, Betty, don't start getting efficient on me. The last time that happened, it took us months to recover.
No, Mr. Kelly. I've developed a new filing system.
Well, it'll have to be an improvement on the old one.
Yes. Now, let me show you how it works.
Oh, no, please, Betty, don't show me. I'm not ready for it.
Oh, but you've got to know.
Why?
Well, what if I got run over by a bus and died?
Well, I'd hope you'd had clean underwear on.
Oh, of course. Sister Maureen always made sure of that. She was very strict about it.
Betty, if you
She
go
said,
on about Sister Maureen, you will not have to wait for a bus to come along and kill you.
Anyway, you should know about the filing, just in case.
Betty, if you die, we'll burn the files with you. It's traditional.
Please be serious.
Oh, very well. Explain the filing system to me.
Okay. Well,
Well,
yes, well, remember the old filing system I used to have where I used to file everything by the day it came in?
how could I forget that system? I've tried. God, how I've tried.
And you said that was silly.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you said it was bleep silly. I was really offended.
Well, it was bleep silly.
Yeah, but I was really offended that you would use a word like bleep in front of me.
Well, I'm sorry. I got carried away with the emotion of the moment.
Anyway, I've got a system that's much better now. See, I've got a file for each month of the year. I've got 12 vanilla folders.
Manila.
Like yours?
They're manila folders.
Well, it doesn't matter where they came from. All right, we'll do it your way. I've got these 12 vanilla folders from Manila. put everything in them.
Hang on, you're putting everything that comes in during the month into one file?
Yeah.
But, Betty, that's 30 days of correspondence all jumbled together.
No.
Yes.
No, because February only has 28 days. Except for leap year. Oh, I just thought maybe I should get an extra file for the extra day. I mean, it won't cost much. It'll only be like every 4 years.
Betty, stop. You cannot jumble the whole month together.
Why not?
Well, in 3 months' time, if I want to find a letter, how will I know which month it came in?
Oh, simple. You just look in the file, and if it isn't there, you know it wasn't that one. So then you look in another file.
Betty, I've got a better idea.
What?
Why don't you scrap your 12 vanilla folders?
From Manila.
Yes. And get all the correspondence for the year and put it in one big bucket. Then we only have to look through one.
Oh, do you think that'd work?
Oh. Why not?
Yeah, but, oh, well, what if we lose the bucket?
Betty, your worry is not losing the bucket. Your worry is kicking the bucket. And I might just help you do it. Hi, Betty, I'm back.
Righto, Mr. Kelly.
Simon, what are you doing?
I'm job hunting, Dad.
Yeah? What are you using for bait? Your shirt? Well, I mean, you know, you're not exactly in a lather of sweat there, are you? There doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency in your movement.
I thought you wanted me to get a job.
I do. How's it going?
It's a waste of time. I don't know why I bother.
What's the problem?
Well, whenever I ring, somebody's already taken the job. I don't understand it.
Simon, this may come as a shock to you, but the commercial world is not out there waiting for you to become available.
Why not?
Well, you see, the jobs are gone because young, enthusiastic people have got up early, got dressed, and gone and got the jobs while you've still been asleep.
So what do you want me to do?
Well, I would like you to arise tomorrow before the crack of noon and go and look for a job.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Well, here I am. Is it ready?
Is what ready?
Lunch. I'm starving.
Nudge, are you planning on coming around here every day for lunch?
Yeah?
Isn't it a little early for lunch?
Oh, Simon seems to think that any time before 1 p.m. is early.
Dad.
No, we're on staggered lunch hours.
What's a staggered lunch hour?
Well, it's when you're so hungry you're staggering. And you say it's time for lunch. Well, let's get on with that. I haven't got much time.
Okay, I'll go and make you a sandwich. What do you want in it?
Everything you've got.
And this time, don't put the wet X in it.
Yeah, that was crook, that wet X sandwich. I was thirsty all day.
So, they working you hard, Nudge, are they?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Kelly, it's murder in the financial world. You've got to be there at 9 o'clock.
That's inhuman.
Yeah, and you only get 10 minutes for play lunch.
No.
Yeah, it's slave labour, really. And this morning, the manager got really cranky at me.
Why?
Well, we got really busy, so I told some of the customers to use the automatic teller.
Well, what's wrong with that?
We haven't got one. Yeah, 3 people lost their cars down a night deposit slot before they realised.
Well, Nudge, it's a tough life.
Yeah, I'll see how the sandwich is going.
Now, Betty, what are you up to?
April.
Ask a silly question, you get a Betty answer. Right, any calls?
Yes.
Well, where are they?
Well, they were on the phone, but they're not there now.
Well, did you write them down?
Yes. There you go.
Oh, hang on. Betty, why did you write all the messages on one message slip?
I'm conserving paper. Think of the trees.
Right, I've thought of the trees, hasn't done any good. Now, why did you write all the messages on one piece of paper?
Well, by saving paper, we are saving the trees.
But it's a tiny, tiny piece of paper.
Yeah.
Well, by putting one message on each message slip, you're not decimating a forest in Finland.
But it makes me feel good to know that out there a little tree is still breathing.
And in here, a little secretary will not be breathing. Oh, just a minute. What is this? Someone rang? That's rang, spelt with a W?
Yeah.
Well, who was it who rang, spelt with a W?
They didn't say.
Well, didn't you ask? I have told you and told you to ask.
Yeah, well, wait, it was personal and I didn't want to pry. But they want you to ring them back.
How can I do that? I don't even know who it is.
Well, of course you do. It was a friend. I mean, if you didn't know them, why would they ring?
Betty, would you...
Good morning, Martin Kelly, Architectural Services.
I don't believe it.
It's him again. Excuse me, but whom is calling, please? Jerry Thatcher. Oh, is this the same whom rang earlier? It is? Oh, good, I'll pass on the messages. Bye.
No.
Could you cut that out?
What?
You keep bopping from one channel to another. Will you settle on one?
There's nothing on. They're only commercials.
That's not the point. I just get interested in one, you change it.
You mean you're perving on one?
I'm not.
No, we're not. Don't change that.
Why not?
It's the Speedo one. I like that one.
You're perving.
No, I'm not, but every time you switch channels, it sends an electrical impulse to my brain and it gets all jumbled.
Your brain?
Yes.
How does the electricity find it?
Hi, kids, I'm back.
I'm back too.
Okay, switch that off while I sort this out.
What is it, Dad?
It's an answering machine.
Oh, he's bought another toy.
It is not a toy.
You can't resist it, can you, Dad?
It's not a toy. It's a useful piece of equipment.
Where'd you get it, Mr. Kelly?
Dick Smith's.
But Dick Smith wasn't there again.
Yes, because he's sort of like the Phantom.
What are you talking about?
Well, they're both real, but ordinary people like us never get to see them. Maybe Dick Smith is the Phantom.
If Dick Smith's a phantom, how can he get those glasses on under that tiny mask?
He could do it.
Old Jungle saying, nothing is beyond the power of the Phantom.
Or Dick Smith.
How much was it anyway, Dad?
$190.
190 bucks? You know, with the amount you spend at Dick Smith's, you should give you a ride in his helicopter.
Should give you the helicopter.
It's a useful piece of equipment.
Oh, it's not. I hate these things. I tell you now, none of my friends will talk to it.
Yeah, why is that, Dad? Why don't girls talk to answering machines?
Because you know they're not really listening to you. It's like talking to a man.
Good morning, Mr. Kelly.
Good morning, Betty.
I brought the graph paper you wanted me to get on the way to work.
Oh, fine. Just put it on the desk there, will you, Betty? Oh, wait a minute. Don't answer that.
Hello, this is Martin Kelly. I'm sorry the office is unattended at the moment, but if you'd like to leave a message after the tone, I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Well, what do you want me to say?
What do you mean?
Well, what message do you want me to leave?
I don't want you to leave a message.
But you just said...
No, it wasn't me. It was the answering machine.
What do we need an answering machine for?
So I can take messages while I'm not here.
I can do that.
You have to be kidding.
Well, if it's so good, why didn't it just take a message just then?
Well, whoever it was hung up. Oh, I bet that was one of Debbie's friends. Oh, Debbie? Debbie?
Hi, Dad.
You're not Debbie.
Oh, that's a relief.
Well, where is she?
Oh, she's already gone.
Oh, well, I'll talk to her later.
Fine. Well, wish me luck.
Good luck. Why am I wishing you good luck?
I'm going for a job interview.
You're going like that?
Would you rather I went like Debbie?
I would rather you wore a jacket and perhaps even a tie.
Dad, don't be so stuffy. We're living in the 80s now. I mean, I'm going for a job interview. I'm not getting married.
Yes, well, you might do better to get married to someone rich. Okay, good luck.
Well, I'll see you later when I'm employed.
I won't hold my breath.
Sorry, Simon. Let me see if it works.
Oi! What are you doing?
I want to see if it worked.
What?
The answering thingy. Listen. It worked. Listen.
What is that?
It's me and Katrina.
It is Katrina and I.
No, you weren't there.
Jenny, how did you and Katrina get on the answering machine?
I went over there earlier to test it. Shh, here it goes again.
Oh, look, stop. Look, I don't want you playing with this.
Oh, Dad.
No, it's not a toy, and I'm not going to have you playing around with it.
Yes, dear, you shouldn't play with your father's toys.
It is not a toy.
Well, it might as well be for all the good it does. Look, so far, all I've heard it do is go...
Jenny, go to school.
Okay, Dad. Bye, Betty. Bye, darling.
You know what really bugs me? She's already worked out how to replay messages. I haven't got that far yet. Oh, it's the great white job hunter back from Job Safari. How'd it go, Bawana?
Don't joke.
Uh-oh.
It's ridiculous. If that's what job interviews are like, I'm not doing any more.
Well, how many did you have this morning?
One. That was enough.
You've had one job interview and you're chucking it? I mean, that's really giving life a chance, isn't it?
Well, I don't get it, Dad. I did the test. I got a perfect score. The guy reckoned my HEC results were fine. I had all the right subjects, but I still didn't get the job.
Well, perhaps...
And he was rude. He was so arrogant. I could tell he couldn't wait to get me out of his office. I mean, I don't mind missing the job, but why do you have to be so damn rude?
Well, maybe he thought you deserved it.
Why? What did I do to him?
Well, I'd say you insulted him.
Dad, I didn't. I never said anything
I'm
to
not
make
talking
him...
about what you said. I'm talking about the way you're dressed.
Oh, that again.
Yes, that again. Look, Simon, don't you realise that by going along to an interview dressed like that, you might as well be saying to the guy, look, I couldn't be bothered going to any trouble for this interview. I'm surprised he agreed to see you in the first place.
Dad, he's not hiring my clothes. He's hiring me.
At the moment, he's not hiring either of you. Look, next time we'll give you a suit a chance. It can get a job and you can go along with it.
Well, I think it's crazy.
Hey, Mr. Kelly.
Hello, Nudge.
Hi, mate.
Oh, boy, what a morning.
Nudge, I don't know how to tell you this, but that's my sandwich you're eating.
Yeah, thought it must be.
Why?
Because I don't like cheese and chutney.
I'm awfully sorry. You should have said.
Oh, you weren't to know. Besides, I say you have to take the rough with the smooth. Anyway, Simon, did you get a job?
Nah, went for an interview with a really uptight old fogey. Probably didn't like the colour of my eyes.
Oh, well, it's a job going at the bank, but you'll have to dress up a bit for the interview.
Oh, don't you start.
Did I say something wrong?
Not from where I was standing. So, how are things down at the bank?
Oh, it's been a rough morning, Mr. Kelly. The manager's really crook on me.
What did you do?
Well, it wasn't my fault.
Oh, somehow I know it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, well, first of all, I was snapping the rubber bands off the money bundles. One got away, hit an old lady in the eye with it.
Nudge, that's terrible.
Yeah, well, it got worse. Just after that, this shifty-looking guy in a raincoat came up to my window and pushed a note across.
Nudge, what did you do?
Oh, they teach you all about that in bank basic training. I hit the emergency button.
And what does that do?
Oh, wow, I've never seen it before. It releases the bulletproof screens. They came shooting up out the counter, caught him right under the chin and pinned him to the ceiling.
Nudge, that's terrific. You caught a robber.
Nearly.
You nearly caught him?
It was nearly a robber.
Well, why? What did the note say?
It said, excuse me, I have laryngitis and cannot talk. I mean, why didn't he say something?
Oh, Betty, did you check the machine when you came in?
Yes, Mr. Kelly.
Were there any calls?
Just some poor man with asthma. He rang 3 times.
Some poor man with asthma? What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, he rings up and goes, He's really got a problem.
Betty, that's a breather.
Well, he's not very good at it.
No, you great burger brain. It's a dirty phone call. Yes. Oh. I don't believe it. I've got a heavy breather who rings an answering machine.
He probably thinks I'm attractive.
He probably thinks the machine is attractive. Oh, well, if he calls again, I'll get the police onto him.
Oh, that's not such a good idea.
Why not?
Well, if the police start chasing him, think what it'll do to his asthma.
There you go, Jen.
What's that?
Muesli.
It's yuck.
Good for you.
That's what I said. Can't I have baked beans?
No, Jenny, you're growing up. Soon you're going to be wanting to go out with boys.
So?
So boys will not want to go out with baked beans.
But Dad, I like baked beans.
Look, Jenny, one day you'll thank me for this. Baked beans are not good for a girl's popularity.
Well, what are they good for?
Only one thing.
Morning, Dad.
Morning, Dad.
And where were you last night?
Which one?
Your sister.
That lets me off the hook. Debbie, your father wants to talk to you.
Dad, I was out with Greg.
And you were late?
I know.
Well, have I told you and told you to ring me whenever you're late?
Dad, I rang.
Well, you didn't speak to me.
No, I told the answering machine. It's a great little invention.
Suddenly you like it?
Yeah, I can tell I'm going to be late home and I don't get any argument.
Terrific. Here's your breakfast.
What is it?
Baked beans. Eat them all.
Morning, Mr. Kelly.
Morning, Nudge.
No breakfast for me, Mr. Kelly. I'm in a bit of a rush.
If you're not eating, what are you doing here?
I wanted to trade in this tie. Have you got another one?
I'll get it. Isn't it trustworthy enough?
Not anymore. Somehow it got all covered in cheese and chutney. I can eat that stuff, Mr. Kelly.
Here you go, Nudge.
Oh, thanks, Jen. I'll pick up the other one when it's clean again, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, rush it straight to the washing machine, Nudge.
Oh, no rush. This one will get me through the day.
Hang on, mate, I'll come with you.
Just a minute. Where are you going?
I'm going for a job interview. I want to get there early.
What, you're going dressed like that?
Yeah?
Do you think any self-respecting office manager will employ you dressed like that?
No, but a brickie, mate.
A brickie?
Yeah, that's the job, Dad. A week as a brickie's labourer. But if it'll make you feel any better, I'll wear the cheese and chutney tie.
The show is recorded in front of a live audience. Hey Dad is a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network. Just one moment, please.
Excuse me, Mr. Kelly, your daughter Deborah's here to see you.
What can I do for you, Dad?
It's what you can't do for me.
And what's that?
The vacuuming. Do you have to do it now?
Well, when would you suggest I do it?
Dad, it's Sunday morning. Can't you do it when all the other housewives do it?
No, Deborah, as a matter of fact, I can't. When all the other housewives are vacuuming, I'm trying to earn a living.
Would you have to whistle? I mean, you woke me up outside my room vacuuming and whistling while you worked.
I'm cheerful. I whistle when I'm cheerful.
It's like living in Disneyland. I mean, I'd have to expect the 7 dwarfs to come hi-hoing through my room.
Oh, and now you're feeling grumpy.
No, now I'm feeling sleepy.
We'll go and talk to Nudge. He's feeling dopey. Speaking of dwarves, was that Jenny? Jenny, is that you?
Yes, Dad.
Well, bring your school bag here right away, would you?
Why do you want a school bag?
Well, it's due for a clean-out, so I thought I might do it while I've got the vacuum.
You're gonna vacuum her bag?
Well, no sane man would just look in it. It's safer just to shove the nozzle inside.
I might as well go and get some breakfast.
No.
What no?
Don't go out there. I've just cleaned up the kitchen and I don't want you making a mess out there.
Dad, how am I supposed to eat?
I don't know. Sit in the sink.
Here's my bag, Dad.
Oh, if you're going to start taking things out of it, I'm going.
Well, then...
I know, sit in the sink.
Oh, Jenny, this bag is a disaster.
It's not that bad.
Not that bad. You could have a whole family of refugees living in here and you'd never know. What is this?
Just a note.
Have I told you to give me notes when you get them?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you?
I forgot.
Right. Well, what's it about?
Parent-teacher night.
When is it? Tomorrow night. Oh, Jenny, couldn't you give me a bit of notice? I've got to go and see a teacher at 8:30. I was going to go and have dinner with Anne.
Well, you don't have to see my teacher.
Of course I do. What's wrong with you? You always want me to see your teacher.
But you don't have to this time. Stupid anyway.
Jenny, is there something wrong at school?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, I better go along and see your teacher just to check.
Well, it's stupid anyway.
No, it's not stupid. It's just a little inconvenient. Next time, give me a bit more notice. Morning, Nudge. Go home.
Just go, Mr. Kelly.
And don't think I haven't noticed you're not sitting in the sink.
Oh, Dad.
And the lid's off the jam.
Dad?
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 toast crumbs on the bench.
Well, I will lick them up when I've had breakfast, all right?
Yeah, well, don't forget. Oh, don't go eating in there. You'll get crumbs everywhere.
I'll lean over the plate.
Look, you've left a trail of crumbs behind you.
That's right. That way I can find my way back to the kitchen.
Will you keep it down, Dad?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I drowning out the thundering music?
How can I concentrate when you're carrying on like Nigel Neat?
What are you watching?
Surfing finals.
Oh, great.
Since when have you been interested in surfing?
I'm not Nigel Neat, and you're not leaning.
I'm leaning. I'm thinking I wouldn't mind trying that.
You?
Yes, me.
Who is Nigel Neat, anyway? You dropped a bit.
So?
Yeah, well, it's a well-known fact girls can't surf.
Well, have you mentioned this well-known fact of Pam Burridge?
Well, she's different.
Come on, Simon, will you teach me?
No.
Why not?
I'm not teaching my little sister to ride a board.
Simon!
No, he's right, Mr. Kelly. Girls shouldn't surf.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Why not?
Because their balance is all wrong because of their... because of their... weight distribution.
Don't be stupid. Come on, Simon.
No, I'm not taking my little sister to the beach. You're not serious anyway. You'll only make smart remarks.
No, go on, I won't. Look, Andrew and I decided we really want to learn.
You mean Angela? Angela with the big... weight distribution.
Yes.
Well, that's different.
Oh, she certainly is.
I'll teach her to surf.
What about me?
Well, you can stand and listen, but don't tell anyone you're my sister.
Okay, when do we go?
Well, how about Tuesday morning, early?
Terrific.
Simon?
Yes, Dad.
Can I come too?
You? What for?
Well, I want to learn about, you know, radical tubes and bottom cut-offs and bomb borers and hanging five.
Is he serious?
I don't know what he's talking about.
That's surfing talk.
Is it?
Isn't it?
No.
Oh, go on, Simon, let me come. I'll be good.
Oh, all right, but don't tell anyone you're my father.
Or mine.
You're not leaning. Well, who am I supposed to be then?
How about a vagrant sleeping on the beach?
Mr. Kelly, if you like, you could say that you're my father.
Oh, nudge. I'm touched. I'll be a vagrant.
Hey, Dad, aren't you ready yet?
Oh, come on, Dad, get up.
Yeah, come on, Mr. Kelly. Surf's up.
Oh, what are you doing? Get out of here. I'm asleep.
No, you're not. If you're asleep, how come you're talking to us?
Nudge, I'm asleep. Be thankful for it.
Why's that?
Because if I was awake, I'd injure you severely.
Dad, it's Tuesday morning. We're going surfing.
It's not Tuesday morning. It's still Monday night.
Oh, come on, Dad. We'll be late.
Oh, look, what is this? Gidget goes annoying?
Who's Gidget?
Sandra D, get out.
Who's Sandra D?
Sally Field's grandmother. Now get out again.
Oh, Mr. Kelly. Surf's up.
If he says that one more time, I'm going to kill him.
But he's right, Dad. It's the best time of day for waves.
Simon, I've seen the waves. They keep coming in all day. It's in their contract. They don't switch off at 9 o'clock.
But it's the best time. They're all smooth and glassy. They're the best waves of the day.
Simon, I don't need the best waves. I want beginner waves. I'll settle for second best.
Come on, Dad.
Oh, all right. Look, get out of here and let me get dressed. And take Gidget with you.
Who's Gidget?
Betty? Betty?
Big yours, Mr. Kelly?
What are you doing?
What's that?
What are you doing?
I'm just vacuuming. I came in early because
Betty, why are you yelling?
Well, because of the vacuum cleaner.
It's off, you idiot!
Well, then, why are you shouting?
Why me?
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Kelly. I didn't realise you turned it off. I could still hear it echoing in my head. It's funny, isn't it?
I suppose it's because it had a lot of room to bounce around. Now, listen, why are you here early and why are you vacuuming?
Well, because the place was just such a mess yesterday, so I thought I'd come in early and clean up.
But I vacuumed on Sunday.
Well, you didn't do a very good job. I mean, there were bits of mist here everywhere, and there were crumbs all over the living room.
Oh, that'd be right. Next time Debbie has toast, I'm going to put down a tarpaulin. Debbie? Debbie, you there? Why is it when I tell you to lean over a plate, you never lean over a plate? Why am I talking to myself?
I can hear you, Dad.
Well, where are the others?
They heard you coming and they left.
Typical. Listen, you better get a move on or you'll be late for school. Jenny, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, you better get a move on. No, hang on a minute.
Do you want to get a move on or do you want me to hang on a minute?
I want you to hang on a minute, then get a move on. Now, listen, I saw your teacher last night.
Oh, her.
Yes, her. And I wasn't very pleased with what she had to say.
You knew she'd dob on me.
She didn't dob on you. She's a teacher, and teachers report. And I wasn't very pleased with her report. It was a very bad one. You've been cheeky, you've been sulky, you've been showing off, and you've been disruptive in class.
It wasn't my fault.
I see. Whose fault was it?
I don't know.
Right. Well, listen, Jenny, it's got to stop. Understand? I don't want to hear another bad report like that again. Understand?
Yes, Dad.
Okay, well, off you go to school. And behave yourself.
I will.
Tea's up, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, well, I suppose it'd have to be better than surf's up.
Oh, yeah, tell me. How'd it go?
Oh, well, Debbie was very good.
And what about you?
Well, Nudge said I showed a lot of promise.
Oh, that's good.
Not really. You said I had to promise to stay away from him.
That's not so good.
Yeah, I got a funny feeling Simon was ashamed of me.
Why?
Because he kept saying, go away, mister.
Gee, they're so graceful the way they glide in on their boards. Did you do that?
Well, not quite. I mean, you know, I did a bit of gliding, but it's not as easy as it looks. Have you ever tried standing on one of those things? It's like they're alive.
Yeah. Well, it's because of the waves. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. It'd be much easier without the waves.
Yeah. Oh, Betty, you can't go surfing without waves.
Why not? We did it all the time in Walgett.
You surfed in Walgett?
Yeah, in the water tower.
You surfed in Walgett in the water tower?
Yeah, well, we'd all get in the water and then fat Jocelyn, she'd get up on the edge and then we'd all yell, "Stop, stop!" And she'd jump in and we'd all go surfing.
Sounds fairly safe.
Oh, it was, until she broke Jimmy Blackwell's arm.
She landed on him.
No, he was too near the edge and he got washed over into the stream. See, he was really, really thin, you know.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to be the only surfer who was ever wiped out in Walgett.
Yeah. Anyway, are you going to go tomorrow?
Oh, I don't know, Betty. I think I'm too old for surfboards.
Oh, look, I know. Why don't you get one of those ones you sit on?
What ones?
Well, you know, you sit on them and you paddle.
A surf ski.
Is that what they call them? Yeah, well, you see a lot of older men down on the beach wearing those.
Older men, thank you.
Yeah, well, you know, you're not in your teens anymore, Mr. Kelly.
That's true.
In fact, you're not in your 20s anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, you're not even...
Betty, can we stop before we reach my place at Tannery?
Jenny, don't.
Don't what?
Don't fiddle with my things.
I'm not fiddling, I'm touching.
And touching leads to fiddling, and fiddling leads to breaking. Don't.
You're fiddling with Dad's things.
That's different.
What's so different?
I'm not fiddling, I'm working, and I need to use Dad's fine line pen. And besides...
Besides what?
He doesn't know I'm doing it.
Why is everybody picking on me anyway?
I'm not picking on you. Is something the matter?
No.
Come on, something's wrong. What is it?
Everybody's being mean to me. When I was at Katrina's, Lucy was there and they ganged up on me all day.
Well, don't go over there anymore. You've got lots of other friends.
Yeah, but not a really best friend.
Yeah, a girl does need a really best friend, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Look, I tell you what. How about I be your best friend until you find someone else?
Would you?
Yeah, you can tell me all your secrets.
Will you tell me all yours?
Yeah. Well, some of them. I don't want to incriminate myself.
Okay, then.
So you feel a bit better now?
Yeah, thanks, Deb.
Okay, just remember, we're officially best friends.
Yeah, until somebody better comes along.
Great. And first reserve on the best friend bench.
Hi, Betty. I'm back.
Well, and about time too.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry.
Well, I sent you on a simple errand and you take hours and hours over it.
Betty, if I want to take hours and hours, I'll take hours and hours. I'm the employer, the boss. I'm the head sherang around here.
Well, be that as it may I have the correcting fluid, please?
Ah.
You forgot it, didn't you?
No, not exactly. I remembered it on the way down. I just forgot it on the way back.
Mr. Kelly, do you realise you sounded just like me then?
Did I? Good God.
Yeah, well then, in that case, could I have the A4 paper and the envelopes, please?
Well, I nearly got them, but I forgot them too.
Just exactly what did you get?
I got one of those things you sit on.
You've always had one of them, haven't you?
No, not that. This. Have a look.
Mr. Kelly, you didn't ever get one of them.
Well, it's your fault. You suggested it.
Oh, where did you get it?
Oh, well, you see, there's a surf shop next to the stationer's. And I sort of went in and sort of had a look at it and sort of sat on it and it sort of said, buy me, so I sort of did.
Sort of.
Yeah. Here, hang on to this. I've got some other stuff as well. Look.
Oh, God, what is all that?
Well, it's my paddle rope, and my wetsuit.
Your wetsuit? Is that in case you get scared when you go surfing?
Of course not.
Yeah, well, better not be. If that happened in Walgett, you'd be banned from the water tower.
Betty, a wetsuit's to keep you warm. Probably because I'll be out there for hours on my board, you know, curling the chute and tubing the grommets.
Pardon?
Oh, well, that's surfing talk. Me and Grant Kenny know all about it.
Well, why don't you try it on?
What?
Your rubber underpants.
Betty. Betty, they are not rubber Oh, forget it.
Oh, no, go on. I want to see you in them. Go on.
No. We've wasted enough time now. We've got work to do. Go and write a letter or something.
I can't because somebody forgot to bring the paper.
Somebody?
Somebody with rubber underpants.
Oh, for goodness sake, look, take an early lunch hour and you can pick up the stationery.
Okay. Hello, you have called Martin Kelly, architectural... Hello, you have called Martin Kelly. But he's not here at the moment, and neither am I. We'll be out until 2. But please wait for the beep and leave a message. Beep!
Benny! Betty, you must never say we'll be out till 2. I mean, you must never do that.
Why not?
Well, for when the burglars ring.
What burglars?
Well, any burglars. I mean, if you say that we're going to be out till such and such a time, they'll know there'll be nobody home and they can come and rob us.
Are you expecting a burglar to ring?
No, I'm not expecting a burglar to ring.
Because if you were, we could stay in and catch him.
Betty, just leave another message and go to lunch.
Very well.
And this time, don't forget the stationery.
Hello, you have called Martin Kelly, the architect. But there's nobody here now unless you're a burglar. In which case, we're trying to trick you. Beep.
Eddie? Simon? Debbie? Jenny, you there? Is anyone there? Nudge? Are you there? Right. Okay. Captain to crew, fasten seatbelts. Okay, Grant Kenny, eat my spray. And as they round the first buoy, it's Reddington, Leach and Kenny locked together in first place. But wait, who's this coming up first? Yes, it's Bombora Kelly. And look at that man go. Vroom, vroom. No, wait a minute, that's not right. Look at that man paddle. Paddle, paddle, paddle. Out of the way, Reddington, you wimp. Okay, Leach, back to the paddling pool. And now, it's Martin Kelly and Grant Kenny, neck and neck for first place. Look at them screaming down the wave. And there's a towering wave behind them. And Grant Kenny has gone white with fear. And Kenny has piped out. And now, it's Bombora Kelly alone on the wave, and he's screaming for the beach. And he's won. And the crowd are on their feet. They're going wild for this man.
Hey, Dad, can we talk to you now, or should we wait for the press conference?
Go away.
What are you doing, Mr. Kelly?
I'm just practicing my paddling technique, that's all. The man said I had to practice.
Would you like us to put a saucepan of water on either side?
No, I've finished now.
Well, get up.
I can't. I'm locked up. I'm paralysed.
Oh, it must have been that last big wave. It was a real boomer.
I can't move.
Undo your belt.
Oh. I knew that.
Oh, when you finish surfing, you're going to take it for a walk.
Eh? Oh, no, that's just my wrist leash, that's all.
Oh, well, you got it wrong. You tie the paddle to the ski, not yourself.
Oh, are you sure?
Well, yeah, that's the way they do it on these jerry boards.
Jerry boards? Jerry boards?
Short for geriatric boards. All the old blokes ride them.
Old blokes?
Yeah, there should be a socket somewhere there to plug in your pacemaker.
How would you like me to plug in a paddle? Get out of here.
Just go.
See you later, Bombora. You seen him, have you?
Yeah, it's been terrific.
Nudge, go away.
Just going, Bombora.
Dad, how come you're wearing rubber underpants?
It's a wetsuit?
Oh, for a minute there, I thought you got all kinky on me.
Hello? This is Martin Kelly. Home of Satan, the killer dog. Down, Satan. So if you're a burglar, I wouldn't come around here. Please leave any message after the bark.
Betty, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just making sure that, no burglars are coming round. How was the beach?
Yeah, how'd it go, Dad?
Yeah, did you crack a few big ones, Bombora?
Well, things didn't go exactly as I planned. I got wiped out in the first wave.
Well, don't worry about it. It happens to everyone.
Yeah, but I lost the board and I was miles from shore.
Miles?
Well, 50 yards. But it felt like halfway to Norfolk Island.
Mr. Kelly, what'd you do?
Well, I had a choice of drowning or getting the 10-year-old on the board next to me to save my life.
You mean a little kid had to save you?
No, I couldn't stand the sheer embarrassment, so I decided to drown. That's when the lifesavers got to me.
Lifesavers?
Yeah, there were two of them. They got me ashore.
Well, I hope you thanked them properly. Some people, when they get rescued, they don't say anything. They just walk away.
Oh, no. I said thank you. As a matter of fact, I bought them both a bunch of flowers.
Flowers? To lifesavers?
Surprised they didn't throw you back.
They were girl lifesavers.
You were rescued by a pair of girls?
Yeah, they were both 16. Oh, boy, you should have seen them. They didn't make 16-year-olds like that when I was 17. Typical, isn't it? Kids these days get everything. And you're right, Nudge, their weight distribution is different.
Well, I'm off.
So where are you going?
To the beach. I'm going to get them to rescue me.
Is a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network.